Kahoot is a free academic technology that brings fun into learning for any subject for all ages. Well, that's how their website describes the tool. However, we wanted to dig deeper and know more about it, and what's the best way to learn than by doing? That is exactly what we did with the most recent summer focus sessions. During the sessions, the room came to life and the student feedback was amazing. The room was wild with discussion over why an answer was correct or not. Students were engaged at a level we could have never predicted. Here's how it worked. The instructors create their own Kahoots or load one up from the already stocked library. In our case, there was not something specific enough to the university IT presentation, so we made our own. This process was quick and simple once we decided the questions and the game style we would be utilizing. To get started, create an account at Kahoot.com. Note that the students will access your Kahoot using a different link at Kahoot.it or via the Kahoot app on their personal device. Once logged in, click on the button in the top right of the screen labeled New K. On the next screen, you will have 4 choices. Choice number 1 is a quiz, where students choose the correct answer from a list of multiple choice alternatives. Option 2, a jumble, is where students drag answers into the correct order for each item. This is great for sequencing of processes. Number 3 is a discussion, which is just a great way to start a debate in class. And number 4 is a survey to gather student opinions about predetermined questions. For this example, we are going to utilize the most popular of the options, and that is the quiz. Once you select quiz, you'll be taken to a new screen to set up your startup page for the Kahoot. Only the title, description, and audience fields are required and are visible to the students. You can add a cover image that will display on a splash screen prior to the first question. Changing the visibility from the default everyone to only me will disable gameplay and visibility to others. You may add in resource credits or an introduction video if you have created one. You can also show this video and then ask questions or responses to the video after they have watched it. Kahoot will play a video if present prior to starting the questions. Once the first screen is filled out, click on OK, Go in the top right corner of the page header. On the next page, click the Add Question icon in the Game Creator space towards the bottom of the page. On the question screen, you will see only the text of the question and 2 answer options are required. You must also select at least one correct answer. Our example here asks students to define acceleration. To set up the key with the correct answer, we click on the gray check mark next to the velocity. It will change to green to show that the selection being made. Some other options on this screen are worth noting. You can change the time limit for each question. For example, if I were having students calculate the acceleration, I might give them up to 120 seconds to respond. The question will stay on the screen in the classroom until all registered students have responded or until the time expires, whichever comes first. You can toggle off the point scoring for surveying, gathering understanding, etc. We found the students liked the game and the points at our presentation. You may also add a video or image to each question too. We added screenshots of processes that the students would have to complete after the presentation. The video and screenshots are present while the question is being shown and answered. Of course, you can add credits to each question in the box below too. Once you have everything for this question set up, click Next in the top right corner. You will be taken back to the previous screen with a preview of the last question showing and another new item to be added. You will continue this process until you have the questions all set up for your quiz. Once you have all of your questions set up, you'll click on the green Save button in the top corner. On the day of class, you'll log into Kahoot and go to the tab Created by Me. Find the Kahoot you want to play with your students in class and click on the Play button. You will have one more option to make. You can select individual play or team play. For this example, we'll choose individual or classic play. The next screen will show the instructions to join for students and the game pin for them to enter on their devices. Students will choose their game nickname and that will appear on the screen when they are ready to play. Once all of the students have joined, click Start. You are off and running. Have fun. There is so much more that you can do with Kahoot, and we hope you'll explore it further. We hope that you enjoyed this academic tech tool tutorial. If you have suggestions for other videos or need assistance, please submit a ticket to the IT Help Desk by emailing helpdesk@valpo.edu. Thank you for spending just a little bit of time with us today.